Hi, and welcome to Coach's Corner, where systems matter and both personal and professional learning and development is beneficial for everyone and essential for some. As always, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Let's get started.
What advice do you recommend to a teenager starting their own business?
Same way I would with an 80-year-old. It doesn't matter. So whatever your business is, your business idea, like I said, that's step one. Hopefully it's something that you have purpose with, or you're passionate about, or that you love. And so from there, you got to go get attention. Right? Hey guys, this is what I'm doing. I sell flowers. I'm sharing, the Bible with you. Whatever it is that you're trying to get their attention about.
Yeah.
And there's all kinds of different ways, as we've already talked about, to get people's attention. Hey, Nick, I want to share the Bible with you, right? Hey, Nick, I got a sports card that I'll sell you that you just donated to our nonprofit. I want to sell it back to you, right? But you get attention out there. Yeah. And then once you get their attention, you sell them, and they become part of your pack, right? What I call the POIs. You're now my peeps, and I'm going to take really good care of you. And then as the timing's right, I'm going to upsell you. But I'm not going to upsell you every 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to share with you, hey, thank you so much. I may say that 8 times in a row. And then I may say on the 10th time or the 9th time, hey, by the way, I have toothpaste that you might want with your toothbrush.
Right.
We'll upsell them, so to speak.
Yeah.
But to me, it's the same simple process over and over again. What people are afraid of is to go, hey, Nick. Right. And so if your traditional method, social media, or different, if that's not working, then go, hey, Nick, it works really well. More time intensive. Yeah. But if you're not making anyway, you're getting ready to go bankrupt. Hey, Nick.
Right.
You mean no? Well, do you know of somebody? And they're going to go, oh, do I, that's what you would think.
Yeah.
In the referral yeah. Like, no, just your mom and your dad, your friends and your family. Right. Boom. Hey, Jill, I'm sitting here talking to Nick. Jill's your mom.
Yeah.
Right? And it just goes that direction.
Got it.
Yeah.
Did COVID serve as an encourager or discourager to start your online business?
Well, we had already started it, but I think that the question probably is asking for everybody, across the board who had not, had some kind of online reps, so to speak. And I would say, I don't know, it depends what kind of person it is. So people used to ask me all the time, hey, should I send my kid over to this program, this YMCA, this Boys and Girls Club, this whatever? Yeah. Especially when it was around youth, right?
Yes.
Should I do that? Or in business, they'd say, hey, should I go to this particular distributor? Should I go? And I would always ask the same question. I don't know. Let me go interview their leader.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, are there good Boys and Girls Clubs programs out there? Yep. And are there bad ones? I'm sure. Yep. Right? Or when you walk into the Walmart and you say, hey, where's whatever? And the guy kind of points in aisle 3. And then there's the person that walks you over. So usually it's the person that's running it. Yeah. I think, let's see, who was that old man that just found that out last week? Oh, Tom Brady? I think Tampa Bay might have found out that it might be about the person running it. Yeah. Right? And so I think that's where a lot of times people will ask questions, and it's like, I can't give you a blanket answer. Yeah. Let me go talk with that dude for 5 minutes, and I'll probably figure it out.
Right. Yeah. Is it possible to earn $1 million in revenue with a one-person or one-man, one-woman business?
Oh, simple. Go in the financial services industry, which is what I did. You can earn $1 million on your own pen pretty quickly. Yeah, I mean, so my biggest transaction was $50K in my pocket. I rolled over some money, and I took 8 pieces of paper, and I went and signed it, and had the client sign it. And it went from here and their 401k over to one of these insurance companies. And that insurance company paid me 10%. There we go, 50 grand in my pocket. Well, how many of those do you need to do? It took me literally 2 hours. Yeah. And I didn't have to do anything on the back end.
20 of those.
There you go. Yeah, it's not that difficult to do it. I think there's been some people you've been telling me about that have been doing the bartering thing. And they, like, trade this in, trade that. All of a sudden they got $1 million Ferrari or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, when there's a will, there's a way. If money is the most important thing to you, it ain't that hard.
Yeah.
Go out and start asking a bunch of people.
Right.
You know, they'll probably give it to you over the course of whatever. Yeah, probably. If you ask enough people, somebody go, oh. I see them out there on the streets all the time on the freeways.
Yeah.
You know, they're claiming they're homeless. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. And I see people giving them money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure it's possible.
We had the one here in Bakersfield. He would hang out at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
From 7 in the morning to 7 at night.
Yeah.
And he had his car in the back.
Yeah.
Of the 7-Eleven.
Mm-hmm.
Parked it.
Yeah, we used to have, this is no joke, so we used to do a lot of giveaways. You know, we worked in a low socioeconomic area when we were teaching and stuff. So we would do food banks and food drives and stuff. Dude, these ladies would drive up full Escalades, rocking the 15s or 19s or whatever, the spinners, full on, you know, $80 manicured dress, way nicer than I could ever even think about dressing, and asking for food. Yeah. And we had to give it to them because they were on the list. Yeah. And I was like, this is something not right about this. Yeah. Right? So, yeah.
Which one of the following is better? Getting your bachelor's degree and securing work or career, or starting your own business, or my own business for this person?
Yeah, again, I think it depends on the person. So I went a non-traditional route or route to become an entrepreneur and businessman. Yeah. So I started, I was an employee my whole life. Mm-hmm. I did some entrepreneurial things we've talked about, opened up my own card store, went to the swap, sold stuff, you know, different things. Like I sold the world's finest chocolates when I was a kid. So I did a bunch of that. But basically I was an employee as well my whole life until I was like 35. Mm-hmm. And so I became a school teacher. I became program manager of an after-school program. All those things. Yes. And then I became an entrepreneur and businessman. Right. I love the path. Mm-hmm. But if I would have went straight business and entrepreneur and become an employee, I'd love that too. Yeah. Because to me, I would have made lemon out of lemonades either direction. Mm-hmm. Now, if somebody said, "Well, you have to decide," you know, they got a gun to your head, 50.1, 49.9. I would say become an entrepreneur and a businessman from my standpoint, because you have a lot more creative control and choice than you would the other direction. Right. And then, you know, if money's that important to you, the funds are potentially unlimited. Got it. Yeah.
And I think you said it backwards. I think you said I'd make lemons out of lemonade.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I'm dyslexic. I got ADD, ADHD. I got more acronyms than all those PhDs out there.
Oh, can you give, I spelled way, can you give away 3 things to kickstart your project or startup business?
Yeah, so I think that's funny because you can just blame it on Quora. Yeah. You just copy and paste it. I didn't do that. That was Joe. That's what most people do, right? It's everybody else's fault. I call it defend, deflect, justify, explain, rationalize, clarify, throw a rock in the bush. Or my all-time favorite is blame somebody else, right? Not my wife, but my mistress. Just kidding. So question was again?
Can you give away free things to kickstart your project?
Absolutely. Matter of fact, I don't know this, but we have something that we're getting ready to come out with in 30 days, or maybe usually if you say 30, we're like construction workers, it'll be like 60 or 90.
Well, not California, they suck. I get
you. He said it, I didn't. But anyway, yeah, I think you definitely can, and I think that people definitely do. I don't know this to be the case, but I think like Red Bull, maybe it was one of the original energy drink people, and they would go to whatever those crazy, you know,
like dirt bike.
Yeah, or planes going, all that. What do they call
that?
Like
Nitro Circus.
Yeah, but they have a name for that. It's some kind of, anyway, whatever that was. Uh-huh. And I think they would set up shop, and then they would give things away, samples, selling, whatever. I mean, if it works for Costco, it'll work for everybody else, right? They give things away. We do it all the time. That's part of our charitable contributions. Right. That we are able, we call them gifts or freebies. Yeah. And so freebies would be like supplies, you know, like penny savers for, or common cards or even any kind of cards, sports card, whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. And then the gifts are going to be educational materials, best practices, trick trades, ebooks, courses, blah, blah, blah. And so we do it all the time. Now, we do it more not to get business, but because we're in a position where we want to be able to help. And, well, technically, not just a position. We've always been there. That's what we've done.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I think you can. But I also think, look at your ulterior motive. If you're doing that to just get something back in return, it'll probably bite you.
Right.
If you're doing it because you're a good person and you want to share it out there and you hope that it comes back to you, great.
Right.
No problem. So I think a lot of it depends on your, whatever's between your own ears.
Yeah.
I always say the difference between motivation and manipulation.
Right on that.
You're the only one that really knows.
Yeah. Yeah. What has worked for you that is uncommon knowledge and you'd like to share with the world in business? I didn't say that, but
Yeah. No, I think that it's how good networking and referrals work. Mm-hmm. And so, again, it's a little bit more time intensive, a little bit more cumbersome.
Yeah.
But I think everybody and their mother wants ease. And, it's easy to put out 10,002 blinks on Facebook, right? But then the audience, they're not looking at them. We try to look at the audience and say, what are they thinking? Well, if they think it's spammy, they're shutting down from it. So, because nobody wants to be told no.
Right.
And I could care less, right? Hey, will you give me $5? No. Hey, will you give me $5? Hey, will you give me $5? I mean, somebody's going to say yes, and probably several somebodies.
Right.
So I just think that what was the exact phraseology was the
what
you got to sneeze?
Yeah. What
You got to look at the sun.
What has worked for you that's uncommon knowledge?
Yeah. So I don't know if it's uncommon. I think it's probably uncommon, but it's definitely unused or not used as much because it's a little bit more time to do that than to press a button on an email or a text.
Yeah.
But the ratios are a lot better.
Where do the best business ideas start?
Right in your head, right?
Shower.
Yeah, in the shower. That is true. That's a proven fact. Well, to me, that's a cart before the horse, chicken before the egg, lemon before the lemonade. Yeah. Different things like that. But to me, some of the greatest things were there was trouble. Somebody saw some sort of a troubled area, and then they said, I can do this and beat that trouble. Mm-hmm. Or they said, I can build a better mousetrap. So the mousetrap's there, but I can do something better. And so I think that there's the iterative process, if that's a word. And so, either on starting something new, we've talked about that before, inventor, innovator, all that stuff, or are you just, copycatting and changing and, different things of that nature. I think they'll both work.
Yeah.
And I think they can both be effective, but in the end, you got to find something that's not quite right and try to fix it.
Got it. Okay, so this one I was trying to read, because I don't know if I mistyped it or I typed it correctly in it. So it says, what business students start during college life? So I think it's just a combo. What businesses do students start during college life?
Again, I think it's the previous answer, So let's say that I'm in the dorm and I see that there's only one vending machine every 3 floors. Yeah. So then I go buy a bunch of candy and because I know that's how these guys are going to eat. Yeah. And I set up my own vending right in front, right? I'm solving somebody's issue and I'm making an extra $100, a day or $50 a day or $100 a week to help, subsidize or pay for my whatever. Right. But I think it's the same thing. I think you just got to find trouble and then go deal with it, or, take a side hustle and turn it into something, but it's all kind of that same thing. Yeah. Step 1, what do you want to do? Step 2, go get attention. Step 3, sell them and keep them, right? Right. That's it.
Got it. Why are startups good for the economy?
Well, it doesn't matter whether it's startups or full-fledged, veteran type businesses. And I wouldn't have known this as a teacher because, you just don't think like that. Yeah. But so let's think about it as I'm trying to think one of my smallest enterprises. I'm going to go back to let's say no, that's not small. Let's go with the thrift store. It was fairly small. Mm-hmm. So we wound up having like 2 to 2.5, 3 employees. So if we stop there, it's helping those 3.
Yeah.
Right? One of them had 5 kids. Another one of them was trying to go through college. Another one of them was trying to figure their, right?
Yeah.
So if we just stop there, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was also 2 owners, and it helped them to do whatever they were trying to get accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what about the customers? Well, we had 100 people a day walk through there. Maybe not all of them bought, but they needed something.
Yeah.
And they needed it obviously at a good price, which we sold.
Right.
So it could have been as simple as toilet paper and a necessity like that, or it could have been the Coca-Cola that looks good on the mantle or everywhere in between.
Right.
But bigger than that, so now we're just going to, well, what about what I call the external internals?
Mm-hmm.
What about my CPA? They're getting paid by me. Do they have kids? Are they doing it right? I could go on and on.
Yeah.
So this is really a pebble in the water, and where do the ripples go? It's pretty crazy what even a small business. So that's a pretty doggone small business, like 2.5 employees,
Right.
and 2 owners, a partnership.
Yeah.
So then you go to all of that, right? Well,
Yeah.
we got the custodial staff, we got the the CPA, and then we've got the externals, which is everybody. So I don't know. I mean, you used to work for us. You still do. Do you eat?
Yep.
Do you eat at Kentucky Fried Chicken ever?
Yeah.
Burger King?
Yeah.
Well, now that Burger King is employing people,
Right.
and those people have kids, and then right? I mean, it can get really crazy if you really think about it. And so when they used to say the phrase of small business is the heartbeat of America, I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
Oh, you bet your lifesavers, I know what it is now.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah.
What is the most common cause of business failure?
Well, I put it in 3 areas. If you want me to put it in one, I'd say stupidity. But there's really always 3 areas. It's either a mindset issue of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
It is a structured systems of some sort. Or it's the actual person.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So I've been up and down the state of California consulting in after-school programs. I've been up and down the state of California and throughout the nation in different parts of it doing different business consultations.
Yeah.
I've consulted individuals. I've consulted groups. I've taught groups in a preventative way with leadership programs. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
Right? It always comes down to those. And I've opened up 10 of my own businesses that are running strong.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you look at that, it's a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And it all comes down to the same 3 things over and over again. It's either a crappy mindset or an off mindset or a problem. And when I say mindset, I mean, it could be your philosophy. It could be, it's a bigger picture than that, but it's mindset. It comes down to structured systems, which is what I find the most, right? Because most people want to do it right.
Yeah.
But just because you want to do it right doesn't mean you have the right mindset, right? If I want to do it right, well, are you working 14 hours a day to start with? Well, no. I want to do it right working 4 hours a day. Well, that's a mindset problem. There's no startup or any other thing that's going to be any good on 4 hours a day. Unless you're lucky, which, go ahead and go play the lottery then. Or go, on the, play, roulette or whatever. Chiquita banana. And then, but I find the structured systems holds people back, especially with growth and what I call scaling or going, really wide. And then sometimes the person's a donkey, right?
Yeah.
What I call the quadrant 3ers. They may be extremely talented, but low motivation.
Yeah.
And so it just depends on that kind of stuff, J.J. Watt just left. Do I think that he has a good mindset? Yep.
Yeah.
Do I think that he has structured systems? Yep. Although I would like to talk to his guy because he does get hurt a little bit more than most.
Yeah.
And so maybe an MMA coach could come in and help him, because I know when you started rolling out, you never got hurt, right? When we went to my buddy. And so, and I don't know. He's a big guy, so I'm sure he gets the best or whatever. I don't know, but I'd like to look into it a little bit more. Maybe just because he plays so doggone hard or whatever. And then, the person is him, and I think he's the right person. So he's going to be successful. But if you look at his organization, they probably got a mindset problem. They surely got structured systems problem because they're getting a new coach in, so they don't even know what their structured systems are. In the front office, it sounds like, let alone down here. I can help. You probably don't want me to help means I'm bashing you, but I can help you. And then, do you have the right people? I don't know. I don't know if this coach is any good. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Right?
But they can't be doing too good if 3 of their best players want to leave.
Probably, right?
One did leave. One got out of there. With DeAndre Hopkins and now second with J.J. Watt. And it sounds like Deshaun Watson's had enough.
Probably there's an issue, but that may not have to do with the coach. He's new. We don't know.
Yeah.
But if you look at Flores at the Dolphins, he's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the right stuff going. So, I don't know. Is he doing that because of who he is, meaning the person? Mm-hmm. 3. Does he have structures and systems? Probably. Yeah. Does he have a good mindset? Yes. So probably that's going to work out at whatever level. It's still tough to get to the top.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that's what I would say.
If you need to contact Brett or Coach, please do so on his social media accounts, email, and or text. You can find that information in the description below. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the notification bell. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.
Agree to disagree. That's what you...
I'm just going to disagree.